We did a good job, chef.
Oh, that tamarind sauce, it takes me back, man.
Oh, really?
I'm not here anymore. I'm back in Mozambique right
That's
now.
amazing. But that's it, right? Nostalgia. I mean, that's one of the things that food gives that's incredible, right?
It's showtime. I'm Eddie, and today we're here with Chef Liam, who makes some amazing Caribbean barbecue, and he's today going to make some smoked aubergine and tomato.
So, yeah, tomato, smoked aubergine, we call it baigan in Trinidad. So we're going to do the baigan choker, and then we're also going to do a Trini street food dish, which is doubles. Doubles is my favourite dish in the whole world. It is a really simple vegan. It's a chickpea curry served on these flatbreads, which I just made from flour and yeast. They're deep fried for 10 seconds. And we serve this chickpea curry on top. And the thing that really makes doubles amazing is the condiments that we put on it. So we've got pickled cucumber, which I know you love in Sweden. We've got tamarind sauce and a little bit of hot sauce. So first thing we're going to do is start with flour.
Okay.
Just plain flour, no bread flour. We're going to stretch these breads out, so we want them to be quite light.
Okay.
We're going to just season the flour. We're going to use some salt. So we'll go in with the ground cumin. I think that's enough. You don't want to go too much with the cumin because cumin is really strong as well. You know, it can really take over a dish. So always go on the side of a less.
Just a pinch.
Yeah, just a pinch, one pinch, and then you can always add more later. You can never take it away. So I'm always go easy on the cumin at the start. So that's our spices. We just give that a little mix. And then what we're going to do is the yeast. So when I work with yeast, I like to start it by itself.
What does it mean to start something?
So the yeast, when you use yeast, when the yeast combines with room temperature water, it has a reaction. Right? And that's what activates this living thing, right? To put air into your bread or your dough or whatever you're working with. So what I like to do is rather than we start the reaction in here, I like to start the reaction outside.
Okay.
So, and the way you do that is you do just over room temperature water, and then we're going to add our yeast to it. I think that should be enough. And then with yeast, you know, yeast feeds off of sugar, right?
Yeah.
So then we go in with our sugar.
Okay. What is this? Some Caribbean cane sugar?
This is just some granulated white sugar. I mean, you could use that, any sugar. And then what we'll do is we'll just give that a stir, and we'll just give that a couple of minutes to wake up the yeast before we add it. You know, this is just something that we used to do when I worked in the restaurant in pastry. We always used to activate the yeast before we used it. So now the reaction is started with the yeast. I'm just going to add it to the flour.
I can smell that. It smells like yeast.
So the key here now is not to overwork this. We don't want to mess around with it too much. We don't want to stir it too much. We just want to combine this and leave it. When you start to knead, that activates the gluten in the flour. And that means it becomes tougher. Okay. And the key to the bara in the doubles is that you need to keep it as soft as possible.
Okay.
I'm actually just going to go in with my hands in there.
All right.
So you can smell, you know, the yeast. You can smell the tamarind.
Yeah.
So we just put that in a place that hasn't got any draft. We're just going to cover it over. Do you want to cover it over with your kitchen towel with all the hearts on it?
Yeah. Cover it with love.
Exactly. So just whack it on top,
yeah.
and then we just put that to one side and we leave that for 30 minutes.
Cool. 30 minutes. So the bread is settling, and now I guess it's time to make the sauce, or?
Exactly. So we're going to make the chana, which is what we call chickpeas. So it's basically a chickpea curry. Really simple. So we've got a bunch of spices, similar to what we put in the bara.
Oh, all right.
So first we're gonna just chop an onion.
Do let me know if you want any help with anything.
Yes, actually, we've got. Do you want to get the chickpeas?
Yeah.
And we're going to need the induction hob because we're going to fry these onions off.
All right, it's nice old school.
Oh, this is old school. This old school can opener.
Yeah.
But
We want the. I guess we don't want.
we can
the
get rid of the water. But as a tip for you, with that water, you can make the best chocolate mousse with that water. So you know, if you're vegan.
I've seen your video. Instead of using eggs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
You use that water, that chickpea water. It whisks. You just whisk it, and it turns into an egg white.
Okay.
Well, not an egg white, but they call it aquafaba.
Aquafaba.
Aquafaba, exactly.
Okay.
So,
Alright, so do I just pour it with the water and everything?
so I would drain those off if you can.
Yeah.
Or
Let's get a drainer.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
a saucepan. So going in with some oil. And we're going to go in with our onions. Aha, perfect.
Yes.
I hope you save the water.
Of course. Of course. I'm going to make some nice chocolate mousse after this. Alright, so this just goes in here.
Keep them for the moment.
Okay, so you cut up some onions.
So we've got our sliced onions in there.
Yeah.
We're going to cut up some garlic as well. Do you want to start adding the spices to this? So we're going to use some cumin, first of all. So maybe if you want to do a couple of pinches of that, which will be this one.
I can definitely do that. Just a couple of pinches, you know. I'll do the salt-based style.
Exactly, perfect. And then go with the turmeric.
Yeah. So how many pinches do we do of the turmeric?
We'll keep going. So we want to give it, the turmeric is really important in this dish because it gives it the colour. So in Trinidad, what really characterises this dish is how super yellow it is. And that comes from turmeric. So you can double that now.
I can double this.
Yeah.
So we're doubling it for the doubles.
And then I'm going to add the garlic to that.
Yeah.
So we're going to toast those off. We'll turn that down a little bit.
Yeah.
This one here, which is the Trini curry powder.
Right. Custom made, just for this.
Custom made. So, I mean, if you don't have this curry powder, you can easily use a blend of spices, or you could use a curry powder that you find. But for some reason, I found that you can't replicate the flavour of this particular brand, but you can just buy a curry powder. Look for something that's quite yellow. You don't want something that's super dark in colour because that one is heavy on cumin.
Yeah.
This one is lighter, you can see it, and again, it gives the flavour. So we're going to go in with some of that as well. And this one is quite spicy actually. And then we're going to use a little bit of this Scotch bonnet chilli, which is in every dish in Trinidad.
Right. I mean, it looks just like a normal pepper.
It does, but on the heat scale, it's on a different level.
Yeah, it's got a bit of oomph to it.
It's got a lot of oomph to it. So it's similar to habanero. It's a little bit more fruity than habanero, but they look very similar.
So it's got a bit of a sour taste to it, right?
It's got. I mean, I think it's got a bit more depth than habanero, but you can use habanero because you can find habanero so much more easily. So we're going to start with some of that. You know, my mum makes hot sauce with this. You just blitz this with vinegar, and that's the hot sauce. So that's looking amazing. So you can actually throw the chickpeas in there.
Okay.
Nice. And then what we're going to do is we just go with some water. And then you just give that a stir.
See? Teamwork.
That's what it's all about in the kitchen. I'll tell you something. If there's anything that I've learned in there is kitchen is about teamwork. You're only as strong as the weakest person in your team. And if they're going down, you're all going down.
Wow. So we're as strong as me.
I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah,
I think we're doing pretty well.
So just to like summarize, you've used about half of the Scotch bonnet?
we used about half the Scotch bonnet. We've got the onion, garlic, we've got the turmeric, we've got the cumin, the Trini curry powder in there. We're going to add a little bit of sugar.
Right. Oh, sugar.
Yeah, a little bit of sugar. I like to use a lot because it balances out flavours for me, especially in spicy dishes.
Yeah.
Because some of the spices have got quite bitter flavour as well, so it balances. And again, the salt does that as well. You know, it cuts down the bitterness. So we'll go with a little bit of that as well.
Okay.
And then we're just going to cook that down.
And then how much garlic did you put in there?
That was 4 cloves of garlic. But you can put as much garlic as you want. Right? There's no rules around how much garlic. For me, I think it's just how much garlic are you comfortable with.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a big batch as well.
Yeah, exactly. This is a big batch.
I don't know how many doubles we can make with it.
We can make quite a few. What we're going to do actually is we'll just mash this up after a little while, so that we have a mixture of textures as well. But we just leave that to cook for 20 minutes and then we're done with that.
Okay. Wow.
But next we're going to do these pickled cucumbers. So this is one of the condiments that we have. So there's 3 condiments. This one is a really quick and easy one. We're just going to grate these cucumbers and mix them with some lime juice. Again, a little bit of the Scotch bonnet.
Of course.
And a little bit of garlic. Of course. We take out our cucumber. We're just going to add some salt. Season it. Salt is going to draw out some of the moisture. So you're going to notice that you're going to get a lot of water once you add the salt. Okay. We're going to season it now with our garlic and our Scotch bonnet. We're just going to use this lime juice actually. You can help me juice these limes.
Yeah.
So this is just going to give it that freshness.
Yeah.
So we're done with that now. Now all we need to do is fry our breads and then we're ready to eat this.
Okay.
So I think we're going to need to go to the kitchen to use the fryer.
Yes, we don't really have the proper ventilation here. Okay.
So we've got, you see the dough has risen, right? We almost tripled in size. The key to this now is we need to keep it moist always. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some oil and we're going to oil the countertop.
All right.
They're not going to teach you this in any fine dining restaurant. So here's how we do this. So we just take this and we just press it out from the center.
Okay.
And then we just push it and then we press it out. And the fact that we have all of this oil on our hands and the counter makes it very easy for you to work with it. Right? And it doesn't matter if you get holes in them. So don't be afraid to go quite thin. Yeah.
Okay.
Holes are okay. The thinner you make them, the better.
Okay.
Because when you fry them, they're going to puff up because of the yeast that's inside. Yeah. So when you lay it away from you, so the oil splashes away from you. That's the key.
Right.
So you don't burn yourself. Exactly.
Okay.
And then this, you flip it over as soon as it floats to the top, and then it's done. There we go.
Wow.
It's as simple as that. So one comes to the top, you flip it over.
Right, so we made the chickpea curry and we've made these delicious looking double breads.
This is the bara. So
the baras, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, please show me how we put these 2 wonderful things together.
Okay, so we got the bara, and the reason we call it a double is because we use 2. Right? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So we put 2 on the plate.
Okay.
And then we're going to take some of this chana. We're going to put that on top. Ooh. We want to keep it quite, you don't want it dry as well.
And then we're putting a nice cucumber pickle on top.
Exactly.
And then what is this red fantastic sauce?
So this is a hot sauce.
Yeah.
This is blitzed up Scotch bonnet, red Scotch bonnets.
Again.
You can decide how much pepper. When you order doubles, you can go slight pepper, which is a couple of drops, or you can go heavy pepper, which is a lot of drops. I'm gonna go slight. And then the last thing to finish it off is this tamarind sauce.
Oh yeah.
To finish it off. And there you go. So this is actually a tamarind sauce that I've made.
Okay.
It's just a mixture of tamarind paste, water and sugar. And a little bit of Scotch bonnet, of course.
Well, I see that coming.
And there we have it.
Okay, that looks fantastic. Man. Oh, okay, can we cut? Because I want to eat.
We're done with the cooking finally. I know you've waited a long time for this.
Yeah, man, I can barely wait.
So there's a couple of strategies to eating this, but I mean, really, it's just however you feel comfortable. Like I see a lot of people tear. So the way that I see people do it is they tear the bread.
Okay, it's not like a taco.
No, and then you can just mop it up like that. Oh man. We did a good job, chef.
Oh. The pickle, the cucumber?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
sets it up, right?
It really does.
So some people, they put it together like a sandwich. My preferred method is that to use the first bread to mop it up like you're using a roti, and then the second one just fold it in half. But I think once you eat them, then you just adjust to how you find it.
Oh man. The bread is so fresh.
It's amazing when it just comes fresh out the fryer. You can't beat it.
Yeah. Like we literally got the bread out of the fryer like a minute ago. It's amazing. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I can now see why you added sugar.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When you added that sugar, I was thinking, what is this guy doing? But it does give it a nice balance.
It just balances it out. Just balances it out. Yeah. The condiments just transform this dish into something really special.
Dude, and can I say, that tamarind sauce, it takes me back, man.
Oh, really?
I'm not here anymore. I'm back in Mozambique right
That's
now.
amazing. But that's it, right? Nostalgia. I mean, that's one of the things that food gives that's incredible, right?
Oh my god. Oh.
Like, take you back to your childhood, take you back to a certain time.
It's like meeting an old friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brings up those old thoughts and just, I mean, every time I eat it, I'm transported back to Trinidad. As soon as you taste that taste, it's like this unique taste. It's amazing. It's amazing. It doesn't matter that it's like 1 degree outside.
No. You guys are missing out. That's all for today, guys. We had Chef Liam here at Gula Vilan. And next time, we're going to be doing some barbecue.
Definitely.
And see you on the other side. Also, one more thing. I hate to be that guy, but we're all trying to put food on the table here. So please follow Chef Liam on Instagram. His handle is chef.liam. He's got like loads of, like his content there is amazing. He really specializes in the Caribbean barbecue. And
also trying to just help people be better cooks at home, you know. So I'll share my tips on there. So that there's a lot of good information there as well.
Yeah. And yeah. All right. That's all for today, guys. See ya.